Last of Us. There is no denying the perfect game that this game is because it's also a game that has been coming out for the third time now. The first time it came out was back in June 2014. Then came The Last of Us Remastered for PlayStation 4, which launched on July 21st, 2014. You may recall that game was set to launch at full price, but then last minute it did get a $10 price drop, so it went from $60 to $50, and those who pre-ordered digitally did get $10 refund. That price drop happened. Even back then, I recall there were arguments surrounding the price point of Last of Us Remastered, given that sure it looked better than the original, but it was still just a re-release of the original game, and there was no upgrade path from what I recall to boot. And now we're seeing sort of that same conversation popping up again with the release of The Last of Us Part 1, aka The Last of Us Remake, which was announced back in June of 2022 during Summer Game Fest. You can see right here some of the changes that they advertised in the blog post. They've implemented modernized gameplay, improved controls, and expanded accessibility options. And beyond that, you've got effects, exploration, and combat that have all been enhanced. Scrolling further down, you'll find comparison images, and looking at them, yeah, you can definitely see there have been some improvements in visual fidelity, character models and animations, environments and whatnot. Definitely can tell there are improvements on that front. And this is actually, these cutscenes are actually pre-rendered, whereas the graphics here is real time on PlayStation 5. Nobody's denying that it's ultimately going to be a good game because it is still just The Last of Us, which is a phenomenal game, one of my favorites, and many people's favorites. There is an argument surrounding whether this game is worth the $70 price tag, the marked up price tag of this generation of consoles, and beyond that they're selling digital deluxe editions that are worth $80, and this Firefly edition that's $100. One factor that's especially making people question whether this package is worth $70 is the fact that the multiplayer mode will not be included with The Last of Us Part 1. There isn't a remastered or remade version of that multiplayer mode. It's just a single player campaign, unlike previous Last of Us releases. So Naughty Dog is working on a full-fledged standalone multiplayer game that's going to be a spin-off of The Last of Us. So there's that, but it doesn't change the fact that they're charging $70 for what is ultimately a diminished overall package with The Last of Us Part 1. And yes, the graphics do look beautiful and there are definitely enhancements there, but people were hoping for the price point to at the very least stick to $60. The final saving grace would be if combat and gameplay mechanics have been modernized, if they have included things from Last of Us Part 2 like going prone and dodging and whatnot. But based on the latest gameplay trailer, it would seem as though that stuff won't be in The Last of Us Part 1. In fact, overall moment-to-moment gameplay mechanics, and features don't look all that different from previous Last of Us releases, which further diminishes the value of Part 1 in people's eyes, which is why if you go to the Last of Us Part 1 rebuild for PlayStation 5 video that came out recently on July 21st, 2022, that kind of goes through an overview of the changes that you can expect from this package. You'll see that the likes to dislikes ratio is not looking good at all, with 85,000 upvotes and 54,000 downvotes. You can see right here very mixed reception. And looking at the comments, you can see that a lot of the complaints that I discussed are brought up once again. Hefty price tag, but the game does look incredible. I hope the gameplay and enemy AI is on par with how it was in Last of Us Part 2. I will patiently and eagerly wait for this to go on sale. It looks really great, but I simply can't justify spending $100 Canadian on a game that I've played multiple times and that has released multiple times. Scrolling down further, here's somebody else saying it's interesting they didn't include the gameplay elements within combat as they had in Last of Us Part 2. I feel like that would have been a worthy inclusion and heightened the gameplay aspect of this remake and in turn enhance the value in the eyes of the public. Here's another similar comment with 11,000 upvotes. It definitely looks better, but the price tag is pretty high despite this being one, if not my favorite video game of all time. And then there are some folks who will bring up the fact that this package doesn't even include a multiplayer mode. It looks beautiful. It's a mistake not to enhance combat, not to add Last of Us Part 2 elements like again prone and dodging. And the lack of the multiplayer mode is mentioned here, some kind of enhanced version of that included in the package combined with enhancements and modernizations to combat that would have made it worth that $70. It would have felt more like a proper, more full-fledged remake rather than. Than a graphics remake with gameplay that's still similar enough where it's probably not going to feel too different when you play the final game, is what people are speculating. And the likes to dislikes ratio is even worse if you look at re-uploads of this gameplay and enhancements overview on other outlets like IGN here, whose likes to dislikes ratio is 9.7 thousand upvotes and 12,000 downvotes, more downvotes than upvotes. Same for GameSpot's re-upload with 1.1 thousand upvotes and 2.1 thousand upvotes. And the comments of both pretty much relay and echo the same things we've seen in PlayStation uploads comments. So with that out of the way, let's actually take a look at this gameplay overview and enhancements overview. I'll skip around through the magic of editing. Right here, you can kind of see that the visual enhancements are definitely there, but they don't really talk about moment-to-moment gameplay enhancements or inclusions of Last of Us Part 2 features, which I get why that might disappoint some people. So here we go. Okay, now that's weird. I mean, there are definitely across the board improvements. Foliage has been enhanced. The lighting, the animations definitely do look better. I mean, this game does look gorgeous.